always been embarrassed by my movie collection. I used to go to Best Buy when I was younger and pick out a DVD to bring home, but in hindsight, these are not exactly movies you wanted to show off. As a big horror fan myself, my collection of horror movies is severely lacking. With streaming services getting more expensive and getting less content, it made me realize that it's time for me to start building out my own horror library of physical movies that I could be proud of. I'm Rob from the Masters of Nonsense, and I'm here to talk to you today about Chopping Mall. Is this movie worth picking up and keeping in my own home? What's the gimmick? Chopping Mall was released in 1986. The official logline in the film is, 8 teenagers get trapped in a shopping center after hours and 3 murderous security robots chase them. Basically, a mall gets a new security system. These 3 robots were programmed to neutralize any non-authorized personnel until police arrived. And of course, you have 8 employees that decide that they want to stay after hours when the mall is closed to have their own party. Within this 8, you have your typical Breakfast Club mix of people and couples, jocks, nerds, girl next door, etc. Their party takes a turn as the robots begin to malfunction and decide that their collective mission is to kill everyone in their way. Making the situation worse for the 8 is that they're caught inside the shopping center until the mall opens up again, and these robots are seemingly indestructible.
3 minutes and we're out of here.
I have a short attention span. With little time to spare, I make my initial judgment on a movie based on the first 3 minutes. And 3 minutes into Chopping Mall, we get right into action. We see our robot protector stop a thief in the mall as part of a presentation to, I guess, mall owners? All these people seem skeptical of the robots and talk them down a ton. Little do they know that these robots are about to go over. I am a little skeptical of this movie, but I'm hopeful for the upcoming chaos. Mark out moment. Once I started to see that the robots had personalities, I got really into this movie. They share glances with each other right before going in for the kill, they set up traps, they hide behind walls waiting for the right moment to strike. I would pop anytime the robots would glide around with their arms up either in an attack or to celebrate their victory. Hell, these things even had a catchphrase. Thank you, have a nice day. This is a movie no one is supposed to take seriously. And I mean, I already knew that going into it because it's called Chopping Mall. But everyone in this movie sold it as if it were real. Blown spot. While the robots had character and were great at setting up creative kills, they had horrible aim. Their lasers made no sense at all to me. They would fire their neon-colored blasts, missing about 90% of their shots, and when they hit, it would either be a glancing shot that was a minor flick in the arm, or it would blow people's heads off. I also wasn't thrilled with the janitor, who was one of the first people that gets killed. I mean, he was having a pretty awful day already. The last thing he needed was to get electrocuted by robots. Let the guy live his miserable life. Why bother killing him off? It felt unnecessary and seemed like they just wanted to up the body count. Every character was a jerk here too. Especially the ones at the beginning of the movie as they were getting the presentation of these new protector robots. They were talking them down, saying a lot of things that you couldn't say today, and really what should have happened was this should have led to those robots offing every single one of them and getting their revenge. But we didn't see that happen here. The big leg, brother. We're down to seemingly one human left, which is the girl next door character. Of course, she's the one who triumphs to defeat the robots while her soon-to-be boyfriend powdered on the sidelines with the boo-boo on the back of his head. The girl has the hardest elbows in movie history and was able to break through a paint shop glass window by casually walking up with her elbows out. She emptied about 30 cans of paint and got none of it on her, lured the robot in to go ahead and get stuck in that paint as she threw a flare into paint thinner and blew it up. We had already seen 2 other robots meet their demise after they had already killed quite a bit of people. Break it down. Now let's break down this movie to see is this worth going into the Masters of Nonsense horror collection? Theme music. Definitely 80s sound, but not memorable. It may be fitting for the movie, but I couldn't tell you any of the songs or how they sounded being a day removed. Booking. I'm a big fan of these robots. They did just about everything I would want them to do as killer robots. I don't know if I was supposed to care about the plot otherwise or any of the characters, because I certainly did not, so I'm going to give them another check mark for that. Biggest heat. We're all in on it. This is supposed to be dumb, and they accomplished that. There really was not a single likable human, and where I have heat is the fact that these robots did not go over in the end. I feel like they were the only worthwhile piece of this movie, so I'm a little disappointed to see that they had to meet their demise. Going home. So now, is this movie worth going home with me, or should it go down in the fiery depths with streaming? I watched this on Shudder, but it's also available on Amazon Prime, Crackle, Pluto TV, Tubi, Redbox, practically everywhere. I did enjoy the movie. It was fun, different, gory when it needed to be, and the robots were awesome. But ultimately, this movie is available everywhere, and will likely stand the test of time and will be easily found even if all of these services go away. Which makes me believe that this does not belong on my own shelf. Chopping Mall has a place in my brain forever, but it will not be making it into the Masters of Nonsense horror movie collection. Let's call for the bell because now we have our decision. This movie did not take a spot on the official Masters of Nonsense movie shelf. Are you thinking about getting this movie? Do you think the decision should be overturned? Let us know by joining the discussion on our Threads page and all of our other social media available on this screen. Like, subscribe, repeat, always repeat.